Yo, what's up guys? Okay, so as we all know, the new update has ruined building for Fortnite and everybody's really mad. Well, I've figured out a way using macros on mouse software to eliminate all of them issues so we could build. This is how the state of building is at the moment. You see how you can't actually build anything? You can sort of do 90s, but you know, it's just not like like we're used to in Fortnite. With all the practice we put in, we deserve to be able to crank our 90s as hard as we possibly want to. So I've figured out a way that we can crank our 90s really hard still and cuck this big update and send a big fuck you to Epic Games. So basically, I've set a macro to my mouse to make it so that when I click my mouse, it's going to spam. Now, as you can see, this is still working, building as we remember it. See, I can still crank my 90s like we always could. Now, there's a couple of issues with this, as I'll explain when we get into the software, but as you can see, we're still able to do all the stuff that we've grown to love in Fortnite. Now, I'll go end it there and head over onto the software, and I'll meet you guys there. Alright, so basically what I've done, guys, to allow this to happen is I've gone into my assignments on my mouse, and what I've had to do, I have the Logitech G502. Now, I originally was using the Glorious Model O, but because it doesn't have as many buttons, I wasn't able to do this on that mouse. So what I've done is I've gone into the software here, and I've selected my mouse click here to be DPI shift, which is the left button on the mouse, as you can see, which is this button here. So, and I've swapped them. So I've made this button primary click, and then I've made this button here my DPI shift. I then created a macro. I went in and I created a macro for, so I go in here and I'd click. That means that then I've made it so whenever I click my mouse button, it's thinking that I'm pressing this button here, which is my primary click, and it's allowing me to spam. But make sure when you go build the macro that you put a 5 millisecond timer on it. As you can see, I got a 5 millisecond timer. I'd like to add that if you're going to be using your mouse still, you got to remember that the button, the DPI shift, you're going to have to use to do normal clicks. So when editing, you're going to have to use your side button, because if you try and use the one where you're going to use to press the normal left click on the mouse, it's just going to spam like this, and you're not going to be able to do anything. So you have to use your DPI shift or whatever button you switched it around with. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you guys got much out of it. And if you guys have any questions, just make sure you drop it in the comments below. If you guys want to know more, feel free to come in on my stream. I'll be streaming tonight. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to come in and ask me. Peace, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this.